Hello yogis, welcome to Eckhart Yoga. I'm José, and today I'm going to explain saddle pose, different variations of how you can do saddle pose, as we are all different. We have different bodies, different bones, but also different tensions. So I'm going to guide you through certain variations. So the saddle pose, you can sit on top of your heels. But it depends. Some people are internally rotated, which means that your leg, you have more rotation possibilities, allowing the femur to turn inwards, or external rotation, which is the opposite way. So the femur turns the other way. And it happens in the hip area. So depending on what is easier for you, it's actually a good way to test if you're just sitting on the floor, placing your feet together, and if your knees go down a lot, then probably you're very externally rotated. If your knees stay up a lot, then probably you are more internally rotated. So that's an easy way to test it. So if you are externally rotated, you can do the saddle pose sitting on top of your heels. If you are internally rotated, you can sit in between the heels. As you can see, for me, this is not very comfortable. So if you do feel this in the knee or you feel this in the hip area, this means that that is not your variation. So in my case, I'm going to sit on top of my heels. Then some people have a lot of strain in their ankles or a very strong stretch here on the top of their ankle or foot. So you can use the blanket, then roll it, and then place the blanket underneath your ankles, where you would normally bend your ankles. So that looks like this. So, and the roll is important. If you would just fold the blanket and place it flat underneath, that doesn't help anything. It becomes softer, but you still would have the full stretch in the ankle. So this way you can avoid that. Some people also feel a lot of pressure of their thighs on top of their calf muscles. To avoid that is to sit on top of a pillow, place it in between the feet, and sit on top. This way you create a little bit more space in between your calf and thigh muscle. Of course, you can also use a blanket again. This time you rolled it like that, and you can place it behind your knees, so in the knee cavity. So in that way you also have more space in between the thigh and the calf muscle. So once you're sitting correctly, the idea, what you want to feel in this pose is in the quadriceps, the thigh muscles, and in the front part of the body. You can also feel pressure in the lower back, but again, you do not want to feel any sharp stinging sensation. You want to feel pressure there. So if it's a sharp stinging sensation, then don't go there. So placing the hands on the floor behind you, and then for some people the knees lift up or the legs separate. That's fine, as long as you feel a stretch in the thigh. If this is enough for you, enough stretch, then you can use the pillow and blocks to make enough height for yourself. So you make a little bit of a tower and you can relax on top. You can also place blocks underneath the head so that you can relax your head down. As long as you are comfortable, that is the idea. So that you can stay 5 minutes in the pose in order for you to open up the thighs, the front part of the body, and to create pressure in the lower back. The same counts for, maybe you can go lower on the elbows and then going down. And back. Again, if you feel the neck, you can place a block underneath the head. Or you can go down all the way to the floor and you don't need any props. That is fine. For some people, even though they're on the floor, they do not feel anything. They're open, so open that they do not feel any stimulation in the thigh or in the belly, or they don't feel any pressure in the lower back. Then for those people, to enhance a little bit the sensation, you can place a block underneath your hips, sit on top, and then go back. So you have to place the block in the right way. So in that way, maybe your knees come up a little bit, but that enhances the curve in the lower back and probably will make more stretch in the thighs. If that doesn't work, then you would try one-legged variation. So using or bending one leg to the back, you lie down and you place the heel more or less next to your hip. And then you can bend your left leg, placing the left foot on the floor. Some people don't feel anything still. Then you can grab the left knee and pull it towards your body. You can also put it in half lotus. Or for those who really want to go further, you can also straighten your left leg out. And that is quite intense. So, different options for different people. Saddle pose. Again, the function of the pose is to feel it in the thighs and in the front part of the body, not in the knees. If you feel it in the knees, you have to adapt the position into one of the variations I gave you. Thank you for watching, and for the full yoga series, you can watch eckartyoga.com. Namaste.